smelling like dope again. I don't even smoke, but my bro got a hole on him. Riding with a nigga from the pool with a bull on him.
I don't think you know who you from.
Nah, yeah, I know I am. Smelling like dope again. I don't even smoke, but my bro got a hole on him. Riding with a nigga from the pool with a bull on him.
Sing. Hey, what's goody?
What's the deal? What's the deal?
What's up? What you on?
Emotion. I was in the middle of shooting a video.
You're good. I mean, you're getting to it. I don't want to get in the middle of that. I'm happy that you're, on your game and all that stuff, despite the craziness that's going on, First, let me let everyone know that that you're an Inglewood native. You're a businessman and a rapper. You like to call yourself a rapper.
Something like that.
Just tell me more about what it takes to step from the scenes of, being a businessman and stepping in the forefront of becoming an artist now.
Consistency. And I mean, honestly, anything you put your mind to, you're just supposed to do it all the way. So whatever you decide to do, a venture, you just got to go all in at it. That's what I'm doing. Shit.
I know. I see you popping out the chocolate bunny. Chocolate bunny.
That's regular. That was before music.
How did you come up with that name, the chocolate bunny? I see you say that you're, you chocolate, you're muscular. You're not the baby, but you a man, and I like that. I like that you made that differentiation of that. But tell me how you came up with chocolate bunny.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's original. I mean, I'm like Mr. Chocolate Commodity, so I'm a chocolate commodity. So
I like that.
And I mean, a rabbit and a bunny, if you cut a rabbit head off, it keep going. So it's just like energy driven. And I mean, like I said, everything I do, I just keep going at it no matter what, no matter what the obstacles are or anything, just all in everything I do.
Yeah, as always. And I see that you had Trick Bitch that went crazy. Your first single went very well. Tell me, how was that, seeing, the reaction from people on Trick Bitch?
Random. But I mean, it's like a male anthem. I mean, a lot of women talk about guys that's tricks and they not messing with a dude that won't spend money on them. So I figure, like, a lot of males are scared to say that. Like, there's a lot of male out here that be looking for a trick bitch, but they don't say it because I don't know if they're ashamed or something, but I need a trick bitch.
You want a trick bitch? But I thought I would think, because you say you're a man, I would think you want a woman, a real woman, like trick bitch and woman. I don't know if they flow in the same frequency, or do they?
Well, a trick bitch in particular, she don't have to not be a woman. She's just willing to play her role. She's gonna, I might want a new pair of shoes or something. I might, not want to drive. She could send me a driver or Uber or something. She might want to take me to eat.
So you're saying a girl that's basically, spending her dimes on you. Basically, you're saying that you want to be.
Dimes, that ain't enough to spend. I hope she don't spend.
Dimes, dollars, bills, all that. I mean, so you want to feel special. Basically, that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I want that same energy she wants.
But nothing's too serious. You don't want a businesswoman. You just want a trick bitch.
Shit,
to take you out.
Better that being the trick bitch, she got the bag. I don't want the nothing bitch that be at the club. She ain't got no money to spend.
What about the girls who don't go to the club?
What
about the girls who on their business tip?
She probably doing something productive. That's the right one.
Okay.
Categories.
Okay, I had to test you out. I had to see where your head was at. I had to see where your head was at.
Yeah, I don't want the bad bitch that do coke.
Yeah, of course not. I don't. Yeah, I mean, to each his own. But I don't think that you want that. But with everything going on, how are you staying creative, and how do you feel like you're trying to stay creative with so much attention right now in the Black Lives Matter movement?
Well, I mean, I'm black, as you can see, so I mean, shit, I'm a part of the movement. I'm all for Black Lives Matter. I just hope people keep that same energy. I mean, if they put this same energy into their careers and into their life, I feel like black people around the world would be a whole lot better. So hopefully they could keep this energy and they could gain something off of it.
Well, yeah, of course, like you said, you are literally, I mean, you and I both are walking Black Lives Matter movement, but in terms of, the conversations that you're having with your son, or how that is being implemented into your music, are you taking this situation and using it in your music? How are you using this situation right now in your life?
I use it every day in my life. So I'm not like one of them people that just decided to take a protest and
Mhm.
take it to the extreme because I mean honestly a lot of these people are facade. It's kind of like music. A lot of it's fake. So I'm not gonna like go and write 20 Black Lives Matter songs for public attention. Every day I feel that you should contribute to what you're saying. So I mean, as far as being black, I take pride in being successful. So there's not a lot of people in my demographic or in my area. I mean, they look at us like a statistic. So beating the odds by itself is a part of the Black Lives Matter movement. So I feel
Mhm.
like every day people should implement that into their life. You should want to be better every day. You should have that same energy that you got when you're out there protesting every day. I feel like people should support each other that same way. The same way that you was willing to go outside and stand in the street and get shot with rubber bullets and do the most. When your friend wants you to support their business, you should show up to their events. When
Mhm.
there's some kid that need a couple dollars and he's standing, when there's some kids that need things, you should give it to them. You should donate. You should do fundraisers to help your community. There's a lot of things that people should do on a daily basis to help the movement instead of just using these next couple weeks for that moment. I mean, some people go outside and they want to go stand on a knee and take a picture in the middle of a crowd. You the same person that you won't even buy anything from the black person that might really need it to pay their rent that's standing outside the store selling a candy bar. You rather go inside the store and buy the candy than buy it from the person standing outside. So I feel like they should just keep that same energy.
I think that was a very great response. I also want to know, with you saying all of that, so what type of conversations, with you being a father, what type of conversations are you having with your son? Like you just said, we live this every single day. So, is this a conversation that you're like, it's regular, but with seeing the video of George Floyd and whatnot, did he see that video, or what type of conversation did you have with him recently with having all these people protesting?
For example, my 10-year-old, I really didn't intrigue in too much of a conversation with a 10-year-old, and my other son is 3. But it's more so setting their lives up to where they don't. I mean, we're black, so it's kind of it's America. So we
Mm-hmm.
have to put them in the best situations to avoid those type of situations. And also, we gotta once they're of age, we have to get them to understand society. So there's ways to respond to things. There's ways to deal with police officers. There's ways to avoid certain situations to the best of your ability. You don't control it all the way, but you have to control your situation. Don't let your situation control you. So I'll teach them how to be bigger than certain systems that we have because it's based on what you do as a man, what you do as a person. So I mean, I'm black. I've done a lot of things. I've done things that people could never even imagine, and I've still avoided having a criminal record because there's ways to do things. It's chess, not checkers. So you have to know how to get around the system.
And do you feel like that's what has inspired you so much to get to where you are today and being that businessman, because of what we have to deal with on a daily basis?
Correct, to a certain extent. I mean, like I said, it just life is life. You dealt with a certain deck of cards. You got to know how to play them.
Yeah, for sure.
Everybody hardship. I mean, that's just how it works. I got white friends. I got Asian friends. Like I said, I mean, I was listening to a speech earlier, and people are raised to be racist. So I mean, it's kind of like even in the black community, realistically,
Hmm.
we're kind of raised that white people don't like you.
It's true.
So you just got to keep your same energy. You got to know what you're going after and go all the way for it. So I just feel like people got to work together. But if you're gonna work together, do it all the time. Don't just do it today.
So, with that being said, how do you feel about this worldwide reaction to this movement? Because this is the biggest in history.
Well, I mean, people do what they see other people do. So hopefully they use the energy the right way and it's actually genuine. Because at the end of the day, it's like I said, you don't like once you got a fan, you got a friend. So they
Hmm.
became a fan of the movement and now they're all doing it. So hopefully they keep that energy. People like what other people like. So some of these people was just doing it as just to do it. Now they actually seen that it's really serious to some people. So they joined that wave. So I mean, it might have worked out for the better. I mean, it's a whole different generation of people. We not gonna let nobody put us on a rope and whip us. So I mean, we gonna go to war before we do that. So I mean,
Hmm. I love that you're a businessman and that you're very articulate and you know that how to articulate yourself. You know, you make like fun, turn up function music, and you also just make music about being on your grind and your hustle. But I think it's cool to be able to talk to you and to really, you know, reveal that substance to you and that you actually know how to, you know, carry conversation aside from, you know, just being an artist and focusing on the business as well. But, you know, with what we just said, I want to know, how has hip hop culture impacted you in terms of your music and as a black man?
Hip hop meaning the music aspect.
Yes. Hip hop culture, hip hop music, both, either one.
Say hip hop though as a culture, it depends because nowadays hip hop don't really talk about anything. So I'm not really infatuated by the materialistic things because I've had them. So I've done that long enough. So I don't really like these people music. It's cool. Some of it is a vibe, energy. I mean, I've learned a lot about music within the past few months. Some people it's expression, but once you learn the business of it, a lot of these people don't even write their music. So it's like you're a character in a business. So
Mm-hmm.
I understand the business aspect of it, and I'm a businessman. So my music is business for me. It's not about really who likes it, who don't, because different songs, different type of people would like. But for me,
Yeah.
it's that's why I said I'm a rapper. It's a business rapper. I know the
Mm-hmm.
concept. There's people that rap because that's all they know. It's people that rap strategically. It's people that rap about life. It's people that rapped about Black Lives Matter before, and people ignored them all the way till now. So with me, it's a business. I know my target market. I know what I'm going for. Um, I mean, anybody that deal with me, they'll respect it for what I'm doing it for. And I'm a businessman. I'm gonna help other people in the process. And as far as the hip hop culture, I feel like people should take this time to understand that they should channel their energy properly. They should actually talk about shit to help people. They should tell these kids the truth, not give them a facade. They shouldn't rap about things like I can't really get in a song and rap about drugs because I don't do drugs. I don't smoke. I don't
Mm-hmm.
drink. I don't pop pills. So I don't really want to get in a song and tell a kid that because it's a business move. But in my interview, I would tell them like I don't even do that, so I'm not telling you to do it. But on a business level, this was the business thing to say because this is what y'all like, and I'm an
Would
honest,
you? Mhm.
so I would tell them that.
Would you ever, I mean, do you plan on incorporating that in your songs too? You know, having these
Yeah,
young black men coming up in these generations. And like you said, the music industry is so flooded, you know, with music where we're talking about guns, weed, and, you know, just like typical stuff, the typical things. Would you say that is your mission in terms of, you know, it being business, but also how you're going to reach young black men growing up, and not just black men, just like people who just love to listen to music and want to grow to be something.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of like for me, I'm versatile, so I might switch it up and be in a suit one day and give a seminar because I want people to understand business. Like a lot of people that
Mm-hmm.
do, they sometimes think that it's just the money, and then sometimes they just think it's the music, but it's not. Like I got money to spend on a lot of things for music that I wouldn't spend my money on because it's not just taking the money because you got it and spending it. It's spending it the right way. It's a proper way to do business. It has a structure. That's why, like I said, a lot of these people don't write their songs because they don't need you to write it. It's a business for them. You're not the top of the food chain. If you was to write all this music, it can't do what somebody that's a trained writer is going
Mm-hmm.
to do it because there's some people that write that's better at writing music than the person that's better at performing it. So there's just levels to the business and you have to know all of it.
Would
So I,
you ever, well, you know, just hearing you speak, you know, I I enjoy hearing you speak genuinely, but would you ever think about potentially coming out with a book, you know, where you're talking about the business and music?
yeah, everything that makes money, I'll do it.
I
It's,
like it. And that's the energy that you have to have in order to, you know, grow essentially. So the chocolate bunny, tell us more about this mixtape. And for those who haven't heard it, what can they be expecting from the chocolate bunny? And like I said, for those who don't really understand your sound, kind of break it down for us.
versatility. I mean, there's not really a particular sound. I kind of do everything. I don't really have a lane because I'm new to it. I'm 3 months in, so I
Yes,
can
you're fresh. Yeah.
I can do whatever I want. You're gonna like it. You're gonna love it. You're gonna hate it. Whatever you want. I'm intellectually smart enough to know in the words that I choose to say you're never just gonna say it's weak. You're either gonna like it or you don't. So
Yeah.
I'm smart enough for the creation that I use for that. Outside of that, the chocolate bunny it got different vibes. It got a vibe for everybody. It got slow, it got rap, it got melodic, it got singing, it got any tempo you want.
Hmm.
It's all the songs are real. They're
Yeah.
no fabrication, there's no cap in it. From the ones that's like heartfelt to the ones that's just fun.
So,
Everything.
mhm. My bad. I'm sorry.
Now you good.
So my question for you, you're so successful as a businessman. Why music? What made you want to do music? If you're so successful in your businesses and whatnot, have you always had a hunch for music? Was music something that you've always wanted to do, or was it one of those things that you're like, what, I'm gonna wait till I'm financially where I want to be so I can invest in my music career like I want to?
No, if that was the case, I would have did music a lot of years ago. I was financially ready. But in all actuality, no, I don't really. I'm not really even a big fan of. I don't really like ride around listening to music all day. I'm not a super big fan of music. It's crazy, but I've started to like music recently. But I don't. I'm not a big fan of music. Like I don't care about what's the new song dropping on Friday. So I know what it's like to be on the outside end of a person that don't like music. So I know that for me, I'm a hard music critic. So if a song suck, even songs that people think is like, oh, this is cool, because some people are music fans. If I like a song, it has to be really good. So I can be my own critic. Like I could tell you songs of mine, whatever. Like, but I know other people like it. I make it for their liking, not really mine.
Yeah.
Um, and music wise, it's a business. So I went into it for business. I had artists that were signed to me, and I know that my image is better for it on a business level than theirs. So I can put us in position to
To
monopolize it.
really, yeah. So do you have your own label?
Correct.
What's the name of your label?
Wealthy Club, Los Angeles.
Wealthy Club Los Angeles. And how many artists do you have, or you're
Five.
keeping it small right now?
Five. I'm open to dealing with more artists, but also there's like levels to having a label and even doing management. And a lot of people, they're users. They don't understand the concept of business. They're not willing to put the energy into themselves that I'm willing to put into them. They see a nigga with some money. They want to just come aboard and think that you're gonna give them the world for free. But I'm matching energy. If you ain't got no energy, I ain't got nothing for you.
And would you say that these five artists that you have on your label are definitely artists that we should be on the lookout for soon?
Correct. They're part of the winning team. There's no option. You either gonna support them now or you gonna wish you did later.
But that's so funny to me that you say you're not a fan of music, but for you, of course, it's a business move. It's a business endeavor.
Music is
But
the biggest businesses in the world.
yes, music is. You're completely right. I feel like music kind of runs the world to an extent.
I want
But, huh? You said what?
I want my cut.
I know you do. So, what music do you listen to?
It depends. I like pain music.
But like, what music do you act? So, is the pain music is music that you would be bumping in your car right now, or is it like? Do you also listen to slow music too? Because you said you're not into everything
Most
that's new that's going on right now.
most slow music is emotional, and I mean pain music is kind of emotional. So I rather listen to slow music than even up tempo every day.
Okay.
But slow music don't really, it's not alive as much anymore.
So my question, which is true, that is true. Before I go into my next question, I just want to say really quick that I'm a fan of slow music. I love R&B. That's my favorite genre, and I definitely think that it is a lost art form nowadays that we are trying to get back to. And that makes me curious too. Do you feel like the music industry is starting to get more artists who are tapping back in with how music used to be in either like the 90s or the 2000s? Or, with you saying you're not a music fan, are you not really too concerned about what's already out there? You're just more so concerned about what you're putting out and what your artists are putting out.
I mean, I really stay in my lane, but in all actuality, I don't think we'll ever go back there.
Really? You don't think so?
No, who gonna do it?
What makes you think that?
because sound is unique.
Hmm.
And the artists that were chosen at that point in time, those voices are unique, meaning you're not going to get that voice from anybody else. So, like, I feel like the new age, like Kendrick Lamar and them of today, would be like a D Smoke, but it's
Hmm.
Kendrick. Like it's kind of like Tupac. You'll never get a Tupac again. And
Yeah.
at this point in time, people make it hard to even be them. Like even how they played the whole little street role and they like was fake thugs and shit like that. Like at this point in time, you can't do that. People know you. They gonna ruin your whole like. Then people were supportive. Like black people supported black. Now is a bunch of haters. So you gotta understand they're gonna do anything to bring you down. Then them people actually support each other. It was like some West Coast, East Coast type thing. I feel like people on the West Coast don't even support each other. People on the South and the East Coast, they support each other. That's why West Coast artists don't leave the West Coast. They feel like they the shit out here. Like you feel like you the man. But nigga, they don't even know you in New Mexico. 2 states over. Like, nigga, they only know you up north and down here. Niggas get besides themselves. Like, they go to the point that you'll hit them like, how much for free? 5 rack. Nigga, you get like 50,000 views. You nobody. So it's kind of like they don't support each other enough to become big. And they let anybody in. Like they'll be a fan of anybody from anywhere else. But the people in their city and their area, they don't support them. So it's kind of like, listen, their lives ain't that great. Like they've only known from the Bay to LA. You can't do nothing with that. They're not willing to go travel and connect with people in
Why
Atlanta.
do you feel that way? Like, why do you think? Not why do you feel that way, but why do you think? Because I agree with you. My family's from the East Coast. My family's from Florida. So when I moved out here, I completely understood and completely said the exact same things that you just uttered. But why do you feel that? Why do you think that artists are so scared to like venture out, and go to the East Coast and
The
not
West
worry about just their home?
the West Coast culture sucks. It's kind of like how people get raised to be racist. People on the West Coast, their culture suck. It's kind of like when you walk past somebody in the morning and you tell them good morning and they look at you like, nigga, who the fuck is you? But then you go on the other side of the world.
Completely,
Like I
yeah.
went to school in South Dakota for college. So you go to school on the other side of the world and remind you, with the school I went to, it's like 5 black people in the whole school. But they walk past you, good morning, like, hey, like people shake your hand, people embrace you that don't know you. But on the West Coast, they don't do that. They're gonna look at you like, nigga, why you talking to me? So
Mhm.
it's our culture. Our culture sucked. And the same energy that I feel people got to go in the street and protest, they should have that same energy every day. They should learn how to properly greet people, learn how to properly work together, learn how to properly support each other, how to actually interact because it'll be a whole lot more people with success if they actually helped each other.
So I know you're self-made and you're self-sufficient. Like I said, I've been complimenting you on how you effectively communicate with me and whatnot. So I want to know, like, who helped groom you? Like, or was it just like you said, was it all self-made, or did you? I mean, I don't really feel like anyone's truly self-made because no one's really not. But in terms of like mentorship, did you have someone who was a heavy influence for you that really kind of led you to the path that you're going down today?
I think God, being strong minded, being blessed with wisdom, because a lot of the people that was involved in my life, they were the bad cards I was dealt. But I learned how to deal with them. So I kind of took the bad and mixed it with the good. Like people in high school, they would smoke, they'd drink. Even some of them have say like 12 years old. But being strong minded, I was blessed to be strong minded, and I never really wanted to be like anybody else. Like I didn't really look up. I didn't have like no favorite artist. I didn't have no favorite sports player. I was amazing at football. Like I ran 4.38 40. I was like I'm talented at that to this day. Nobody. I didn't look up to no Tom Brady's, no like none of that. Like I was naturally. I just was strong minded. I took pride in being myself. I didn't like even the people that was around me. I wouldn't. My bad influences made me better. Like the people that did shit that I just didn't want to do or participate in. Um, I just had a different lifestyle. It's a whole lot different, but I just took the bad and I made the best out of it that I could. I
That's
didn't
a
really
blessing.
excuses. People make a lot of excuses. Like it'd be like, oh, this happened to me when I was young. Like a lot of shit happened to me, but I kind of just made the best out of it. Like I mean, if I see somebody do something I don't want to do it, I don't have to do it. You got to be strong minded. People are followers. Everybody can't be like a lot of people want to be lions. I don't want to be a lion. Lions will let their girl go get food and take it from her. That's why I use the gorilla emoji because a gorilla is a savage. If you watch the Discovery Channel, you'll never see him with a camera and a gorilla face.
That's true. That's very true. And you know what? I think it's so pivotal about what you just said is that, like life, we all have to deal with pain just in general. That's life, and we're all dealt certain cards. And for you to, come from a certain type of upbringing or whatever experiences that you've gone through, how are you able to create such a strong relationship with God? And I think because I have peers myself, who do come from rough situations, and it's really hard for them. But and I know it takes the willpower of that person. But do you feel like that's what it really was for you, or was it your mind at that time that was just already 10 steps ahead of everybody else, or was it the experiences that really kind of made you want to get closer to God and move how you do now?
It's in every person. Like it just depends on you as a person. So I mean,
Mm-hmm.
everybody's blessed in their own different ways. Some people have different intellect than others. You just have to stay in your lane. You have to learn yourself. I took time to learn myself. So over the years, I know myself. I know how to deal with situations. I know how to communicate. I know how to be the best me that I could be. As long as I focus on being me and not trying to be nobody else, I think that's how it works. And to have a relationship with God, I mean, that's your heart. That depends on your belief. Like just like
Mm-hmm.
you believe in other things, you gotta whatever you believe in, you just gotta believe strong in it. Like some people go to church their whole life, and that's not their belief. They don't believe in God. Like they just like fuck it. But whatever you feel your belief is, you just gotta stick to it.
Agreed. Agreed. So, with you being upcoming and still developing, what do you really want to attain from all this musically? Like you said, like I know everything is business for you, but like, what is this bringing to you? Like, what satisfaction is this bringing to you?
I actually strive for success, so it's not always the money. The money comes with success, but everything I do, I like to be successful at it. So I don't stop until I'm successful at it, and I keep going. But for music in particular,
Mm-hmm.
the income is only one thing, but outside of the income, a lot of people chase fame and notoriety for the wrong reasons. So it's kind of like how we're in the time of this Black Lives Matter. How many celebrities actually use their platform for the proper reasons? How many of them actually help other people? They don't even respond to their fans. They treat them like just random people on the street. Like these are the people that pay you. So it's kind of like these people money come to you. You
Mm-hmm.
don't support them. They don't even help other artists. I'm pretty sure these artists see kids that's amazing at music, and they don't help them. Even when it comes to singing, like I said, singing is dead. How many other singers back in the day actually took a singer and put them on their platform? That's why they don't exist now, because rap and being cool and the bouncing around and jumping and the energy has took over. But I didn't see Joe go get a singer and put him under his wing. I don't see Tank doing that. I don't see none of these people. I don't see Lauren Hill bringing somebody up. They didn't know business. They got took over by a label and got used for what they was worth. They didn't learn the business and actually take advantage of the opportunities that they was given. I feel these people could make a bigger standpoint, and that's actually how music died too. They let the people that knew nothing about why they were doing it take over, because some of those people did it with a passion. They did it with a certain energy. They probably wrote music and was crying when they was writing it, because that was their pain. It was real life for them. That's why to this day those songs are timeless. Music now is not timeless because they're not talking about nothing. So it only lasts for anywhere from that moment to 6 months, because that wave is over as quick as it started. So I just feel like people got to know the business. So I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna make it a
Mm-hmm.
business. People gonna understand what I'm doing and understand the reasons I did it. The money works. The success will do it. and just showing people that you can be successful. I'm 26. I just started doing music 3, 4 months ago. I'm better at music than people that I know that've done it for years. I've got more success off of it. I've had people try to book me for shows and we're not even off of Corona. So I've had people put a price on me as an artist, and I just start doing it. So I mean, it can only go up from here. I mean, like I said, they either going to support it now or they're going to support it later. Like I said, once they're a fan, they want to be a friend.
Yeah. No, definitely agree. And or no, like, so do you take a lot of time strategizing about what type of notoriety you want to receive from this musically and also as a businessman?
Yeah, definitely. I strategize on everything I do. When I wake up, I strategize on my next move. Everything I do is a strategy. Even social media. Social media is perception. There's a lot of
Mhm.
people on social media that don't have it, but it's perceived differently. So, I mean, you could be the guy to have everything, but if you don't actually structure your plan the right way, it won't matter. So, yeah, everything is a strategy. Um, like I said, interviews will matter because most people will look at my page or they'll look at a certain thing and they'll be like, yeah, he's a guy with some money and some chains. They wouldn't actually know that I was smart. Like I said, I don't really talk too much on social media. I just give them enough to perceive what they want. It's more of a wow factor. So yeah, I'll take the platform and I'll build things that people could never imagine because my business mind is different than a lot of others. Way
Yeah.
different.
Yeah. You're completely right. This Instagram, like you said, it's not chess, it's checkers, you know, and how you're saying, because I went to your, I think, you know, it's so funny. I came across your page like years ago, I think like a couple years ago. The first time I saw your page, I was like, okay, he's doing his thing. And then I went to your page recently and I'm like, oh, it's cool to see him being consistent. Like you're on the same thing, you're still pushing the same message. And never not once did I think that, you know, you was out here, you know, like I didn't want to assume who you were, but I think that is easy when you're on Instagram and you're just passing judgment because you see someone's picture. And I think it's really cool that you're really on your grind and everything. And I also want to compliment you on the fact that you're very clear in your lyrics and knowing that, you know, that's why I said it all goes hand in hand with you even having this interview with me right now. Listening to your music, you're very articulate. I know every single word you're saying, and that's different. You know, like that's very different already itself. You right there doing that is very different because artists nowadays are not. They just, you know, they'll drag out the word, or they'll
But
like,
they try this method of punching in. So when you go in the studio, they are usually high off of drugs and they get in the booth and they say press play. They probably wrote a little bit of what they're going to do and then they freestyle it, but it's not a free, it's just a punch in. So they'll sit there and mumble rap to themselves, then they'll say press play, then they'll punch it in, and then they might find a bar they like, they'll say keep that, then they delete the other part because most people think you just get in there and record. No, there's a method to recording. You could get in the studio and sound like whoever you want. So that's why there's writers. They have abilities to do all type of things. The better you get, the business get bigger. It's good in the studio.
mm-hmm.
So they punch it in, and as they punching it in, the music has no topic. So they don't actually stick to what the hook is. They just go with whatever sounds good on the beat. And then most people that just listen to music and like the beat, they don't care what they're saying. They just like the tempo or they like their voice and they like, yeah, this hard. Or like I said, if people support each other, a lot more people will be successful at it. Because you could actually not even be good and blow up because you have the right support. If you get one kid that's not even good at what he's doing and you put him with 30 kids that really support him and them 30 kids keep supporting him, everybody that sees them supporting him, he'll gain fans because he has this fan base of people that's really promoting him. Over time, he'll get bigger. Like a lot of people at music, especially in Los Angeles, they're not good. They don't talk about nothing. They just get a beat with the right support. They get the right 20, 30 girls that's groupies. They start promoting it. Everybody promote it. And that's why it don't go anywhere because they weren't good from the start. They just
Yeah.
had the right support. And the bigger the support gets, the bigger your fan base gets. So the people that really blow up, There's people that put money behind it and learn the business. If Atlantic come get you and put their money behind you, and now they use all their outlets and they use their labels, they use the radio stations, people become a fan of what other people are fans of. If you on Power 106 tomorrow, they could have been talking to their homie like, yeah, I don't like that nigga music. But as soon as you on the radio the next day, now they're like, you know what, this song kind of hard right here. So that's just how it works. People groupies, that's what they do.
Yeah, people are sometiming. People are
Yeah,
very sometiming. And I want to, so like I keep talking to you, you say something, I just keep want to go and run off on that. But with what you just said about, the West Coast and really trying to find artists who have this type of substance, right? When it comes to your artists in particular that you manage, do you have a certain code, or do you let them do them when they come in the studio and you're like, yeah, you can smoke, drink, or whatever? Or do you encourage them to go in the studio with a clear mind?
they could be themselves. I want everybody to be themselves. All my artists is unique in their own way. None of them sound alike. None of them sound like they from Los Angeles. And honestly, only one of them is. So it's just the method of being yourself. Like I said, I'm me. I don't
Mhm.
smoke. I don't drink. To each his own. If you
Yeah.
smoke, drink, do whatever drug you want, do your thing. That's you. Everybody can't be like everybody can't be me. I know that. I can't be them. I wouldn't want to be them. So I wouldn't want them to be me. So I mean, if they got to get high to vibe, it's different. They do music for a different reason than me. One of my artists is really a musician. Like he could play the piano, he make beats, he produce, he songwrite, he even songwrite for people that's blue check verified artists. And he's only 17, but he really is musically inclined. He loves music for a different reason than me. My other
Mm-hmm.
artist is a real hustler. She likes music for her purpose, plus she's on some business like me. My other artist, he understands. He all in with whatever I do. So like each artist is different. Some really like one of them. That's what he's done. He's been doing it for years. That's what he's good at. He just turned 18, but he's been doing it for years, and he's white, but he's from more so African American type culture. So that's his vibe. So I feel like just be yourself. If you gotta do drugs and that's what you do, don't do drugs just because you're doing music though. Like if that's what you do on a daily basis and that's how you feel yourself, do what you do. To each his own.
Yeah. Love that. And, I think it's cool that all your artists are all different, but they're all in alignment with your vision. And I think that's really important. And I'm pretty sure that was your strategy from the get. I just want to let you know, like, this has definitely been one of my favorite interviews. I know this
Thank
is
you.
over live, but I would love to chop it up with you in person and really get like a sense of your energy. So when things go back to normal, I would either love to have you at Dash Radio or Illdonis Radio. You're always welcome. We just tapped in with each other. So I'm so
Oh yeah,
happy we chopped it
definitely.
up.
Definitely. Anytime. We'll arrange it. We'll make it happen.
Yes, but really quick, before you leave, I want to do a little game really quick. I just want to, you're the chocolate bunny. Ladies, man, I feel like on the low, so
Uh-huh.
we're going to play a little
What's this
quick
game?
game, a quick little old school kitty game that I'm pretty sure that everyone knows. Just a old smash pass, kill or marry. And I'm going to give you three girls, three names, and you let me know, can you hear me? I think we're paused right now. Oh, all right, you guys. Let me see. I think he's trying to come back. Let's see if he's trying to come back. Let's see if we can get him back. Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah. I had to switch phones.
No, okay. I didn't know you switched phones that quick.
Yeah, my other phone had died.
No, you're good. You're good. So the three ladies. So first, let me break it down. So smash, kill, marry, pass, whatever. So it's like who you gonna smash, who you gonna catch a case for, or who you gonna cut off. So I have for you Mariah Carey, Lil Kim, and Mary J. Blige? Who we smashing, passing, catching a case for? Who is it?
All right, so we gonna kill Lil Kim. That's for starters. So a smash pass. You and Mariah Carey getting married. She a billionaire. Wait. Oh, damn.
And then Mary J. I said.
What other options I got left?
I think you said you killed Lil Kim. You'll marry Mariah Carey, and I guess Mary J. She just worth a good night. Good night. One night stand.
Ain't no get rid of her option.
Kill. You already killed Kim. You could have passed. I mean, you could pass on her. You get the pass option too to pass on Mary.
Oh yeah, passing. I'm passing.
We're gonna pass on her. Okay.
But Mary low key probably a gangster. You gotta have a gangster sometimes.
You do need. You need you like a boss chick savage. You need you a sophisticated boss chick savage. I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking. Let me know if I'm speaking wrong.
Mary probably all in.
It sounds like you're reconsidering.
No, I'm gonna pass her up, but I might have fucked up. You know, them bitches like Mariah, you gonna get a divorce.
We don't want that. That's no bueno. All right, next round, last three. I have for you Megan Thee Stallion, Ruby Rose, and Cash Doll.
Damn, smash, pass, kill, Mary. We're gonna for sure pass Ruby Rose because I know too many niggas in real life that hit already. Now let's get into who else? Megan Thee Stallion
and Cash Doll. Now I feel like those are two interesting choices.
Yeah, I know. Black Lives Matter, so I guess we're gonna go with with you know, they hated me. I'm dark, so you know how that get. You know they gonna hate me. You probably gotta marry Cash Doll.
Okay.
Cause she a hustler and she fly though. She dope. And she dark. So Black Lives Matter. She matched my dark, so she cool.
Right.
And then
Mega gets the boot.
I don't really see nothing special about her. Yeah, I'm gonna pass her to one of my gay homies or something because that bitch tall.
Hey, to each his own. I just wanted to see, you know, what was your women's menu like? What was your women's, appetizer like? So, like I said, thank you so much for tuning in and coming on. And I hope everyone goes to go download the Chocolate Bunny right now. Go check out Chocolate Bunny. And if they haven't already checked out Trick Bitch, I hope they go check out Trick Bitch. Because some of these men out here need a trick bitch. So
he disappointed. He must have liked Megan Thee Stallion or something.
Right? Someone. Oh no, that's a female. She said she's disappointed in your options. But it is what it is. We can't make everybody happy.
Sometimes it get like that.
Sometimes it is like that. But yeah, stay tapped in with me and have a blessed day. Stay safe.
All right, same to you.
Even small, but my bro got a